Alright guys, today we're going to take a look at text fields. We've done a little work with these earlier, but we're going to just kind of show you how to set it up in an app and also how to use a text field delegate to do some more advanced things as well. So let's go ahead and start by creating a new Xcode project. Single view as always. Let's go ahead and call this text field practice just to keep it simple. Make sure you're Swift, make sure we're universal, and go ahead and click on next. And we'll go ahead and save this to our desktop to get going here. All right, so before we get into any code, let's go ahead and get our storyboard set up here. So what we're going to do is close out my outline view here. All right, let's go ahead and look for a text field inside our object library. All right, so we'll grab a text field, bring it on here. Go ahead and increase the size a little bit. And we'll go ahead and just give some placeholder text and enter name here. Gives it a nice touch. So that's part one. Let's go ahead and add a button. All right, we'll start with a button here that's going to do some actions for us. All right, so we'll put a button below. So for some of you who did the extra credit in class, this will be a review of that problem. So you're probably thinking, I know how to do this, but always good just to review and practice. So the next thing is I want you to go ahead and put a button below there, and then let's grab a label just to round up our interface. And we'll go ahead and make our label about the same size as a text field. Sure, we'll go ahead and get rid of the text. We don't want anything inside there, and we will center that text here. Okay, so here's our interface. Let's go ahead and get our outlets established inside our code. So let's hook up our text field first. So we'll go ahead and put it right above where outlets go, and we'll call it my text field. All right, let's go ahead and grab our label and make our second outlet. We'll just call this one my label. Okay, and then let's go ahead and add our button. We'll make an action. And we'll go ahead and call this one, let's call it button pressed. Okay, so we got all our outlets established. Let's go back to standard editor, go inside our view controller. All right, so again, I'll just label this for us here. So outlets and actions. All right, so the goal here is we want to take whatever is put into the text field and have that show up in the label when we press this button. All right, so again, that's like I said, some of you are probably recalling this from the extra credit on our first app that we did, the extra challenge. All right, so let's go ahead and quite simply, all we need to do is say mylabel.text is going to be equal to my text field dot text. Okay, so that line of code is what's going to make this app work here. So let's go ahead and give this a run here. I'm going to actually go ahead and just go to a smaller size. I'm going to go to iPhone 6. Let's hit our play button to run it. See how this looks here. All right, so as this builds up here, so right now we're using just a button to make this happen, but the next time we go through, we're going to use a little different method, but I'm going to show you why you might want to consider a different method once we get this app up and running here. So here's my simulator. A little smaller size iPhone 6 just fits the screen a little bit better. All right, so again, the key steps here is again going through our outlets up top. We got our text field, we got our label, and then we've got our IB action button pressed. Set my label equal to whatever's inside of the text field. All right, there we go. All right, so let's see if this works here. So now again, down below I've got my text field. To toggle that on and off, if it's not showing up on your simulator, Command K brings this up here. So I'll go ahead and use my text field. All right, so I type in hello. Now you'll notice it's got this return button here. Nothing's happening right now when we press that. We're going to change that in a moment. For right now though, we've got a button that when I click the button, it takes a text field and brings it back here. Okay, so okay, I mean, not bad. I mean, it's definitely working. It's taking the text field. Now, a couple things is, what if I want to retype in here? Now I got to come back up here, delete out what I put in there to retype, which is, I mean, it's not very user-friendly. And again, this return button, I feel like this should do something for us, right? I got this nice button down here, but it's, really not working here for me. Okay, so you can see, though, everything that's in the text field, it's picking it up and throwing it in my label here. All right, so let's go back to our code here. Let's talk about how we can kind of add into this a little more here. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video real quick, all right, and then you guys can come back. So we're kind of done with part one. Part two, we'll go through to the delegate. So